Hi, so I'm going to talk about medical asepsis and surgical asepsis, the meaning, the difference between the two, and a memory trick, how to memorize it in a way that you never forget. So first of all, what is medical asepsis? Medical asepsis means restricting the spread of microorganism. So we are trying to control the spread. And what is the other name of medical asepsis? Clean technique. So you will come across the two terms which means the same thing. They may use clean technique or they may ask medical asepsis, which means the same thing. It's just two different terms for the same word. Now, what is surgical asepsis? Surgical asepsis means removing all microorganisms, and the other name for surgical asepsis is sterile technique. So as we see here in the surgical asepsis, we are trying to remove all the microorganisms, and that's why it's called sterile. And in medical asepsis, we are trying to restrict, we are trying to control the spread of microorganisms, but we are not able to remove all the microorganisms as we are able to do in the surgical asepsis. So this is a difference between the two, and now I'm going to share a memory trick just for memorization. So as we see the medical asepsis word, and we see it means clean technique. So when we look at the word medical, what comes to our mind? Medical, we talk about the medical field, we talk about, okay, the medical office, or we go to the hospital. So what do we see? Usually, obviously, we expect clean, and there is a clean environment. That's why it's called a clean technique. And when we talk about the surgical asepsis, if we look at the word surgical, so surgical relates to what comes to our mind, surgical, surgery. So as we see, when we go to the surgery room, so what do we expect? Do we expect the surgery room to be clean, or do we expect the surgical room or the surgical procedures to be sterile? Obviously, we want them to be sterile. So this is a difference between the two. So we can remember that surgical, it's related to the surgery. That's why we don't want any microorganisms in that area. And that's why we need the sterile technique, sterile field. So we can relate these two together, and we can memorize that we don't want any microorganisms there. So that's how we can memorize and learn it. And for the medical asepsis, we can look at the word medical, and we can think of the medical office and medical supplies, or anything which we obviously we see. We try to have the clean technique as we go to the medical office. So that's how we can, just for the memory, because we know the meaning for both the terms, but sometimes it's confusing when they come together, or when in a question it's asked what's the difference. So sometimes it's confusing. So we can understand it and then memorize it in a way that we know whenever the term comes, so we are very clear that what is the difference between the two. So that's it. This was all about the meaning and the difference between medical asepsis and surgical asepsis. Please like and share and subscribe my channel. And if you like more videos, if you want more videos like this, please put in comments. Thank you.